I will call the Honourable Independent Member for Clark.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. My question is to the Acting Minister for Sport and Recreation. Minister, on 18 October last year, the government, along with the opposition and crossbench, agreed to a motion calling on the government to commit to working actively with Ice Sports Tasmania to deliver a viable solution for an ice sports facility and to ensure the necessary funding for the new facility is included in the 24-25 budget. At the time, Minister Street said the only piece of work left remaining was a facilities options paper, but reassured the ice sports community that this would be concluded by 30 January and be all systems go following this. It is now 5 months later and still no options paper, no consultation with Ice Sports Tasmania since October 2023 until last week, and it seems the opportunity to build a facility is slipping away and ice sports participants are really struggling to remain in the sport without a Tasmanian facility. Minister, can you reassure the ice sports community that the government is committed to ensuring that they have an ice sports facility as soon as possible and that the government appreciates the urgency for Tasmanians who don't have a facility at all in this state?
Thank you. I'm sorry, Premier, I'm not sure which minister is taking questions on sport. Minister Dyken, thank you. Acting Minister for Sport and Recreation.
Thank you, Speaker, and I thank the member for the question. And today I am very pleased to announce that we have reached an important milestone in the work that we are doing to find a way forward for the Tasmanian ice sports community. The Liberal government has been actively working towards a positive outcome on this issue since the then privately owned Glenorchy ice rink closed in 2022 following its sale. And I know the impact that this closure has had and continues to have on the ice sports community. And and I would like to thank them for their ongoing patience in this space. And I know you, Ms Johnston, have advocated in this space throughout the process, and again, that is appreciated. Soon after the closure, the government directed the Department of State Growth to undertake a process to assess the feasibility of building a new ice rink in Tasmania. The first stage of this project involved engaging with Tasmanian ice sports community to analyse the effects of the closure and look at the demand profile of the sports. And then that demand analysis report was released in 2022 in November, showing that the closure affected around 450 Tasmanian athletes. It recommended that the government fund a full feasibility study to establish the viability of a new ice rink for Tasmania, and the government subsequently committed $95,000 to deliver that stage of the work. Our initial expectation was that the feasibility study would be completed earlier this year as outlined, but the process has experienced some delays, and the report has only just, as I understand it, been provided to the Sport and Events Office, and I am pleased to say that the feasibility study is planned for release in the coming days. The version being made public will include redactions of certain financial details to allow the government to engage with the private sector as we seek to bring this project to fruition. Discussions obviously have been held with Glenorchy City Council, Kingborough Council and Clarence Council, with 2 sites being deemed suitable, and ultimately the report identifies a site in the Glenorchy municipality as the most appropriate for development, noting of course that the land is council owned and that they will need to be a key partner in any future development. As we have always said, this development will require the private sector to step in and be confident that the build and the ongoing operation is viable. I'm pleased to say that these 2 bodies of work will provide a blueprint for that outcome. The department will now continue its work to develop an expression of interest package for potential private investors, and we appreciate the patience, as I said, of the Tasmanian ice sports community as we have worked constructively and positively to get to this pivotal point, and we will continue to engage with all stakeholders as we work towards a new ice facility in the state.